Good day, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Another What's Up Wednesday. Hard to believe. Yes, I'm teasing half the country with a Florida beach picture. Mostly sorry about that. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Really appreciate that. Thanks for watching the replay. Also, we got a jam-packed show for you. No guests. I'm really excited to have you here. Big topic because we're coming at you live from the Tampa Florida RV SuperShow here at the fairgrounds. I'm actually parked on the fairgrounds and I'm overnighting on the fairgrounds tonight, which is going to be really great. Our big topic in about 5 minutes is, and I'm picking on the camper adventure vans in particular, where in the heck are the innovations? I am looking for them. I got a couple things to share with you tonight about this specifically, so you don't want to miss a single minute. Stay tuned. That's about 5 minutes after the hour. Also coming at you tonight, we got a lot of cool things. We got a van place. I have a tip for you there. And the tip has to do with the place. Yep, we got a song of the night, and we got Libation Live. Libation Live tonight is a favorite bourbon whiskey of mine. Hey, if you want to join the show, let me zoom in here for you. If you have places, tips, and music or libations even, you want to join and share with the crowd, go to my website, go small, live large /WUW. That'd be for What's Up Wednesday. And you can fill out the little form there. And then you can be a guest on the show. Next week, we have Mesa Mike, who's in the audience tonight, a great audience friend. He's going to share a favorite van place that he has wants to share with us. Libation Live tonight, we're doing Woodford Reserve, and it is just some of the best juice on earth. And this is the double oaked version, which is readily available. And I discovered this at the distillery itself in Kentucky. So that's what we're doing. Of course, we're taking your questions. There's a pile of them already here, which is great. Hey, if you're having a good day today, give a thumb up to the situation here. If you're having a really bad day, hit the thumb up twice, and that'll help you just feel better. All right? I sure do appreciate that. Where am I coming at you from? I'm coming at you from southern Florida. Tampa is on the Gulf side of Florida, Atlantic side being the opposite side, which is technically home base. I purposely let me zoom in here for you. Again, I'm teasing all the northerners. This is using the Dark Sky app. This is the temperature of North America. You can see the temperature grid there on the left. It's warm during the day here in Florida, in Tampa in particular. It's about 75-ish, I would say. But boy, at night, let me tell you, it gets in the mid 40s, which is pretty chilly. Although not as chilly as some places in America and Canada. Purple is 0 degrees Fahrenheit. So, holy cow, those poor folks in Canada, I don't know how they do it. They're tougher than I am for sure. Yeah, coming at you from Tampa, the Florida State Fairgrounds. Really excited about that. It's just a really great fairgrounds. Let me tell you, I'm going to show you some pictures. This place is packed, boys and girls. I mean, the lines, I'll save it for later. I might try and sneak off tomorrow and actually stay at Eber City, which is one of the historic districts in Tampa, and roll out of here, do that, then roll back in here Friday and Saturday nights at the campgrounds. We'll see. I don't know. Where are you watching from? If you're coming in from a country other than America, the United States of, last week we had somebody from Canada. We hadn't had really Canada recognized before. So if you're coming in from a different country than the United States, we would love to know. Put it in the show notes in the comments here, and we'll pick that up. And we will love to put your flag on the map. This is truly a global program. We've had all kinds of places, South Korea, Iraq. I mean, every place. It's just amazing. Nobody from Russia. What's up with that? Let's get on the bandwagon. And hey, subscribe to the channel. Go small, live large. If you like van tips, van tours, and van places. And again, if you want to share your stories on either of those three subjects, you can go to my website, gosmalllivelarge.com/woo, W-U-W, and shoot me a note. We just want to showcase your situation because this show's about you. It ain't about me. That's for sure. We just share. We learn together. We share together. You decide what's best for you. Pretty cool, right? Boy, speaking of sharing, we got some big things coming up. Let me show this tree at full screen. And I'm hoping I'm having a little internet challenge. So let me know if I'm not doing good on that. It's really pegged here at the show. So anyway, Florida Super Show have 3 meet and greets, roundups as I call them, on Thursday, that's tomorrow, Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. at the Lazy Days Winnebago Motorized Booth 760. The great news is I saw Jack, a co-founder and chief technology officer at Volta. He's feeling much better, and he will be at our 11 a.m. session tomorrow. So if you are in the greater Tampa Bay area, and you want to have a personal conversation with Jack Johnson, I mean, really? Who else brings this stuff to you guys? Um, Tomorrow's your big day, 11 a.m. Thursday. And then it's just little old me at the same booth on Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. Not too many YouTube folks here. I saw the Wendlands, and I saw the Russos, I saw Chad and Paul, and I saw Stranger Palooza, Hank and Lola. I think Hank and Lola are hanging out at the Nova or the Sunshine State RVs booth a little bit, and the Coachmen booth. So if you're in here, be sure to look for those folks. This is a big one here. We've got movies at the drive-in. If you've not experienced a drive-in movie theater and you're on your in your van, wait until you join us for this. You're going to be blown away. It's so much fun. Friday, February 18 in the Lakeland, Florida area. That's in the greater Tampa area. You don't want to miss that. We'll post the movie once we have it. We're going to do an Eventbrite just to let me know who to watch for, but you're going to be buying your own ticket, popcorn, the whole 9 yards. So now wait for this. This is a really big one. And we are both, me and Kyle are super excited about this. We are doing a Vanbury, that'd be a camp out overnight, and we are doing a roundup at our house that we've been working on. Let me zoom in here for you. That's the front of the house. It's all about fellowship. We're going to provide dinner. We're going to do a Q&A about RVing and Airbnb. And if you have experience on those, want to be part of that roundtable Q&A, we would love to have you be part of that. So again, it's in Lake Worth, Florida, which is a little south of West Palm Beach. It's Saturday, February 26th. The roundup is going to last just for a few hours from 4 p.m. to maybe 6:30. We're going to do dinner. We're probably going to charge us a little bit for this. I don't know, like $10 a person just to cover the dinner, barbecue dinner. We can't decide whether barbecue or Chinese, so we'll see. And for those of you that have vans, we're going to camp out overnight and then have coffee and donuts in the morning. This place is huge. We can accommodate about 15 vans, 15 vans overnight. I can't wait for this. Kyle's really excited too. And then next week I launch into headed north up the East Coast. So save those dates. Again, we'll do Eventbrite here, so watch for the stuff on that. But I'm super, super excited. And I need to talk faster. I'm already late. And of course, it's all about your questions. Let's take a few questions before I get into the topic of the night, because I think this is super important, because again, it's about your questions. So here's Mark Williams coming in, and from Frisco, Texas. Gotta love that, Texas, right? Have you seen the Wiggum, the loft bed, sleeps for, it needs a Volta? Yes, sir. I have some special news on that here coming up in just a few minutes. So hang tight. Yes, I have seen it. It is jaw-dropping awesome. Let's see. Mike wants to know, am I enjoying the RV show? Yeah, I'm enjoying it a ton. I got a lot of sun the last 2 days, and I had an ear infection. So I took some, I was on an antibiotic that's really affecting, has a side effect of sun. So it looks like I'm sunburned, and I guess I am. But I'm really enjoying it. This place is packed. I'm telling you, industry day yesterday was no public. It was pretty busy. Today, first day, opening day, the parking, it took me almost 45 minutes to get in off the street into my parking spot this morning. I couldn't believe it. So you got to be patient here. Let's see, more questions. Yeah, MFA wants to know, is the Super Show the same time every year? Yeah, it's kind of the middle of January in Tampa. It's one of the, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the largest RV show this year. I heard on really good source that last year they had attendance of about 60,000 people. That was during a COVID year, masks required, all these rules. This year, from a reliable source, 94,000 pre-sold tickets. So it's going to be a busy week, as it always is. Yeah, if you can help me out here and place your question with this format, this would really help me out, which is 3 asterisks, 3 question marks. Somebody helps me find your question. So Mark wants to know anything new on the Travato GLKL. At a glance, I didn't see anything. Here's the good news. Mark, thank you for asking that great question. I have a confirmed interview with Chris Beanert. He is the product planner for the Winnebago's Class B segment. So Revel, Travato, Solis. What else I got? Era. There's one I'm forgetting, maybe. And so he's going to spend time with me on Friday morning. We'll have an update on those, but at a glance, walking through the rigs that are here, I didn't see anything really majorly different. Chris will hopefully straighten that out for us, so thanks for asking that. Hey, Ron from Chile, upstate New York. That's great. A couple more questions. I'm going to dive into the topic of the night so you don't feel like you got stiffed by looking at the thumbnail and where are we talking about. So hold on one second. So Teresa wants to know, have you seen any new floor plans? Will be new on the market. Love to see something new from Panoramic. I have not seen Panoramic here. I've been scouring. This place is huge. There's hundreds and hundreds of RVs. And I have not seen Panoramic on the map or otherwise. So we'll see. Pleasureway is here, so Canadian companies, I'm guessing, can get in. But on new floor plans, I don't know. You decide. That's kind of our topic of the night. That's a good jump-off point. And Mike, Mason Mike's here saying his libation of the night is Robitussin. It's pretty funny. Hey, if you drink enough of it, you get a little buzz, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's chime in here and talk about innovation. So you know me, if you've been following this channel a while, I am really big on innovative floor plans in particular. And what I want to kind of poke fun at tonight in particular is the camper van, adventure van segment. So I would, know some of you will arm wrestle me on this, but I would say the Winnebago Revel is probably the market leader in terms of volume sales and kind of early to the market. There's some craft builders that were there, but let me zoom in here. So I want you to see the floor plan of a very distinguished, almost iconic silhouette of the short Sprinter with the rack and the tough tires and the flare side bump out things, so you can sleep crosswise, not horizontal into the rig. A very familiar rig, right? And in fact, the Revel will always have a soft spot in my heart because that's where my RV journey started, on this whole YouTube thing. So I fell in love with the van, and then I started looking at the floor plan very carefully, and it would not work for me because I wanted. Why? Because I wanted to do full time from the get go, and I knew that the RV systems in the floor plan would not allow me to do what I wanted to do in the manner I wanted to do it. So again, looking at the Revel, and they got quite a few here, which is great. I've never seen so much inventory. This is just great. And then let me back up 1 second. And the dealers that I've already talked to said inventory is actually coming in. So if you're looking to buy a van, it's a great time because inventory is available. All right, Revel. So let's take a look at this one. About 163,000. I've seen MSRPs here on the stickers, a little closer to 180, but this comes off the it's starting at is what Winnebago says on their website. Okay, next one is, get ready for it. This would be the Jayco Terrain. So again, similar silhouette on the outside. Inside, it's pretty much a carbon copy. But they managed to put a little innovation in with the MSRP. Now we're approaching 198,000. I'm not quite sure what you get. There was a gentleman at the Jayco dealer or Jayco booth. I was asking him questions about it without trying to tip off stuff. Now this does actually come with a very beefy lithium system. Curiously, about a 48 volt lithium system, which is the same as Volta. So we'll be asking Jack about that. So it does have a very beefy lithium system, whereas the Revel has a non-Volta lithium system. But what's kind of funny, he said the cool thing about these is the graphics. Yeah, it comes in 3 flavors of graphics. So, okay, still kind of looking for the innovation, right? The next one, you ready? Now, this is the Pleasureway Recon. Let me zoom in here for you. Check out that MSRP. And I will say these guys are doing something a little bit different. I do appreciate them. It's kind of a cross between a Revel and a Storyteller, I would say. They have this huge cavernous open back end. They're treating fresh water very differently. That light blue on the left under the red dot. That's 40 gallons of fresh water. Their gray water, they've taken a very different approach. I do need to get some clarification on it because I can't figure it out. They've got 2 jerry cans under one of the beds, and then there's spigots on the outside to release. So we're going to talk with Marshall. If you haven't seen the video we did on the Recon, Marshall's here. He's going to walk us through some of this and an Ontour. Some of you asked for an Ontour. But again, kind of, silhouette, similar sort of idea, right? Cassette toilets. Okay, let's go to the next one. This one, oh my God, I hope you're sitting down. I hope you had a libation already. Check out the MSRP on this bad boy. How about for $250,000? Are you serious? This is the Airstream 24X, It's really kind of a badass looking rig on the inside, but you want to know what's crazy? There's no cabinetry on the inside. It's these crazy net stretchy things on steel or aluminum framed where cabinets would go. You can take them in, take them out, kind of like a storyteller, but there's literally no cabinetry above the bed. Now, I will say what's kind of innovative is the ports on the outside of the van, a water and sewer and connections like that are illuminated. That's pretty cool. But I'm serious, $244,000. I did a double take. Wait till you see the video. So all these rigs like you're seeing, I've recorded the last 2 days of video. So you'll be seeing this. It's beautiful inside. It's a ton of money. But again, kind of looking for the innovation, right? Removing cabinetry and jack and price. It's illuminated sewer ducts. That's cool, I guess. I don't know. What's the next one I have on here? Yeah, this one's kind of interesting. Let me zoom in here for you, and you'll see this on the video. So Thor, one of the big guys like Winnebago and Jayco, makes two flavors of the same thing. One is called Tranquility, one is called Sanctuary. The difference is one is sold by General RV, the other is sold by Lazy Days. I think Lazy Days has a Tranquility version, and Sanctuary is sold by General RV. It's kind of like buying a mattress. You go down to Mattress Firm, and they're selling a Sealy Posturepedic. You go down to Macy's. It's it's a Posturepedic, and they might have just a slightly different spring count, and that's why they can call it their own, and that's why the branding is a little weird here. But again, looking at the floor plan, come on, what's really different? These guys, I will say, are trying something slightly different. I think, in particular, here's the screen of it. Is the bed. So it doesn't have a pull down bed like the Revel or the Terrain from Jayco. It has a fixed bed with garage storage underneath that's open. You can barely see it there. And in one version I saw at Lazy Days, and if you've seen my video on this, that section under the garage was not open, but was filled with cabinetry and slots and slide outs. And I think their idea there was a lot of people buy this system and then they put a bunch of add-on equipment like the GLSS, I think it is, for the Storyteller or the Revel or something like that, where they put in cabinetry and what have you. So maybe they're trying to get ahead of that a little bit. But again, pretty much the same deal on the floor plan. Innovation here is the seat. You can sit in the seat and face the patio door, so you get to see a really cool view. And that's the deal there. But again, the look from the outside, you would not be able to tell what that is from anything else. What do you think so far? Now, this one, I will tell you, I am a little excited about this one. What is this? This is the Cahaba. This is the Cahaba Adventure Van off-road rig from Tiffin. What makes this cool is it has a beefy Volta system. In addition to, look at this badass lighting at night. I have got to get some of this for Lily. I am telling you. That's what it looks like at night. And this is what it looks like at day. In the day, right? Not a whole lot different here. But I will tell you, it's pretty different inside. Let me show you. This is the floor plan. And one of you had asked about the floor plan change. So let me kind of describe quickly what you're looking at and then what makes this really pretty different. Oh my gosh, I hope you're sitting down. Look at that MSRP, $204,000. Tiffin's really well known for building really quality coaches, Class A's in particular. So what you're looking at is, I would say, kind of a cross between, I don't know, a Revel and a K. In the back, there's cabinetry above, there's garage storage, and then there's two twin beds. You can really easily put, and you'll see this in the video. I'm hoping to get this out tomorrow. We'll see how far I get. There's three rails that go in between those two beds, and then you flip over the back part of the seat, and that becomes your bed. That actually is kind of innovative, in my opinion. And if you don't need a big bed space, you can probably sleep on just one. The Volta system's all inside. The water is exposed outside, and the waste tank is exposed. The wet bath was really nice. The galley was really nice. You'll see it in the video. But what I thought made this pretty interesting is it, comes with, one moment. it comes with all the stuff that people add on. So here you see the tire rack with the K02 tire. The mole, is that what they call those things? That's what's hanging off the right-hand back door. And to that you attach through ratchet straps or, I don't know, bungee cords. Somebody needs to give me a lesson on this. And there's a bike rack all kind of put together. So you roll out of the showroom with this thing kind of ready to go, whereas a lot of people, Storyteller and Revel owners in particular, they spend months and tens of thousands of dollars putting all these cool add-ons on. So maybe that's why the MSRP here is high, because it's kind of ready to go out of the showroom, like you'd probably outfit it. It's again, it has a massive Volta system in it. I would say it's the same size as the Storyteller's, a 13,000 watt unit. But what makes this unit really special to me, what caught my eye, is you see the silhouette of the toilet. This is the only adventure van that I've seen that does not have a cassette toilet. This has a real toilet. Talking with one of the Tiffin crew there, they said that they talk to their customers, and who this is kind of aimed at is the retiring, the senior couple. Maybe they've had a Class A for a long time and they want to downsize. They wanted a real toilet. They did not want to deal with a cassette toilet. What makes this special is gray and black waste tank is one tank to fill, one tank to empty. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that, and I have to give my hats off to Tiffin, and it was humongous. I can't remember the exact, it's like 27 gallons of waste. That's a lot of everything, boys and girls. So these guys, again, kind of got my juices rolling. And again, this night shot, I just love this. I think it's going to be the first video I produced from the show because it was the most different. That was an adventure van. So that's kind of my thinking on the adventure vans. So let's kind of roll forward a couple more. Now, remember those MSRPs, and I think there's a reason why this one is kind of on the high side, because most of the gear people would want is on the rig already, which I kind of appreciate that. But when we look at our friends at Storyteller, and they had a big news. If you've been following Chad and Paul, they've actually either got a joint venture going now with, oh my gosh, what's the name of that rig? These Global Expedition or something like that. They've actually merged up. Go see Chad and Paul. They did a live thing. It's about a 12-minute video. Really cool stuff. I'll go see these guys tomorrow. My point being here is, look at the prices of these vans. And this is real pricing. This is not the MSRP BS that people do. Every dealer that has Storyteller, this is the price you charge. And they're pretty loaded up. And I got to tell you, these prices are looking really kind of reasonable, right? Their most expensive beast mode is loaded to the hilt, and it's under 200 grand, whereas, the Cahaba is 204 MSRP. You might get it for 180 or 90 or something like that, but still, these are tried and true adventure vans, and I got to tell you, I'm really kind of admiring what Storyteller has put together here, because they do have innovations inside, they have innovations outside, and they got innovations on the buying and pricing process. So my hat's off to these guys. I'm excited to go talk to them tomorrow. And they have a Ford Transit, which is the LT there in red. Super excited about that. So some of you have asked for this. Now, this is not an adventure van, and this is really not a Class B RV at all. What in the heck is this thing? This is a Wiggum. So I have an exclusive interview with these guys tomorrow morning. We're going to sneak across the parking lot. They're going to pick me up at the gate and sneak me in on the vendor side. What this is, let me show you this. This is from Italy. It's the first European import, and it is the cutest thing. You just want to give it a hug. I'm telling you, it is going to set the RV world on fire over here. Thank God, at long last. This is the interior. This is off their website. I stepped into it, and your jaw just drops. The one door behind the seating there is the toilet shower area. Then you got, I think that's the fridge onto the wardrobe. We're going to get a full tour tomorrow. But what makes this so innovative is it's on a small ProMaster chassis. It's all single mono, I got some weird word for it, fiberglass shell, so no seams. What is amazing, this is looking from the front door or the back door, where you enter the rig, basically, toward the cab. So if you look at the ceiling above the table, you see those 5 lights, and you give that a gentle tug, and guess what pulls out of the ceiling? Yeah, it's the bed. It's so cool. This thing can sleep 4 or 5 people because the couch, of course, turns into a bed. But for somebody like me that likes a permanent bed, it literally pulls out of the ceiling. And then, let me zoom in for you again. Look at these skylights. Talk about sleeping under the stars. You can leave all your bedding in place. And there was a person there that was doing it. And anybody with any arm strength of a 5-year-old can put this thing back and forth. And I got to tell you, I am so excited to meet the team. Come on, tomorrow. They're going to, so Mike and Tony, I think I got it right, are going to give a personal tour. We're going to record that. We're going to put it out. Now, if you're following Stranger Palooza, he's already released his video on this. It's a pretty lengthy tour review. It's like 30 minutes. Mine's going to be pretty short, 10 minutes. Why? Because they've already committed to come on What's Up Wednesday next month. We're going to find a date. We'll announce that. And I cannot wait to have you see and experience and hear it from them, this rig. I cannot wait to see some of the innovations that this little guy on a smaller Ram Pro Master chassis than I have, take it to the industry in America. This thing is just the most amazing thing. So thanks for all of you for alerting me to this. I was not aware of this. And I am so excited again for tomorrow. You're probably wondering how much this thing costs. Let's save the best for last. I overheard them talking. It's 135 grand. It's 135 grand. It just takes your breath away. Now, I don't have any specs tonight. We'll find out tomorrow. But what it doesn't have, I'm pretty sure at this point, is a high-end lithium system like Volta. I did get some information that they've talked to Volta, and likewise. So maybe there's a thing going on there. Wouldn't that be awesome to have a Volta equipped as an option at least, right? Kind of like the Travato. But I'm just really, really pleased. And again, thank God the Europeans are floating their stuff over here to shake up the industry. So again, if you just look at those adventure vans, oh my goodness, talk about me too, right? So thank you, Storyteller, for being the leader in difference there. So what do you think? Comment below, right? I mean, this is just really great stuff. Give it a thumb up for Wiggum and Storyteller, and I'd say Recon and Cahaba from Tiffin for trying something really different. I really do appreciate that. And kind of the Me Too folks, I've got to wonder what you're thinking a little bit. And you'll see, anyway. So yeah, give it a thumb up. Sure appreciate that. We got a bunch of people here tonight. This is so great. So let me look at some. How are we doing on time? It's 28 after. I'm late on something. Let me just shift gears here. Oh yeah, van plays. Let me answer a few questions. This hour goes so fast. I don't know where it goes. And then I'm going to talk to you about van plays. You may or may not be surprised by this. I don't know. Let's see. We talked with Mark and looking for the questions. Use the format, please. 3 asterisks, 3 question marks. We got a lot of folks in here. Rich, good to see you, sir. Guess what's parked behind me? That'd be an Ethos. We got Jane and Roger in here. This is great. Donna, there's Donna in Scottsdale. We saw Donna last week. She was a guest. We're doing that. Mason Mike, Storyteller, thanks for that. I saw some questions down here. Bear with me. Sure, Snow, did you see the European model from Italy? Yeah, it's been a swarm, and I got a really choice position because it's right across my concession stand, and it's being swarmed. And they have 3 kind of dealer locations I saw on their map on their website. If you go to their website, you can get some of the scoop. But they have a Florida dealer. They had one up in the New York area and one in California. So they're going to be hard to find for a while, but I'm just really glad they're here. So apparently it's going to be cold. It's going to be cold here tonight. It's going to be 42 degrees overnight. So, all right, let's search for a couple questions. This is a good one for our segue. So Gary wants to know, if I show up at the fairgrounds at 10:30 tomorrow morning, will there be a first come, first serve dry camping spot available? That's a great question. And I'd say it's kind of a yes and no, Gary. So the fairgrounds open, I think, at 9, maybe 10. I think it's 9. And it is $8 to park your vehicle of kind of any type. Now, if you want to stay the night, there is separate parking for that area. And that's a great segue to our tip of the or van place of the night. Let me share that with you, because the van place is the Florida State Fairgrounds, where the overnight RV crowd is in. Let me zoom in for you so you can see this. That's my van in a sea of Class A rigs. Behind me is the Ethos. It's pretty funny. They got their generators going, and that's my rig there. Hey, if you have a van place you want to share, that's the where you want to go. GoSmallLiveLarge.com/woo. It is filled. So Gary, I don't know if they have space left, to be honest with you. Now I'm leaving. I'm coming back on Friday and Saturday. We'll see what happens then. But this place is packed. I am not kidding. And the way it works is you go buy a separate parking pass permit. It's $20 for a night. She asked me how many nights I want to stay. I'm staying tonight. I'll be back probably Friday, Saturday, leaving out tomorrow. I'm just roaming around and getting out of here a little bit. But that's the way it works. But once you leave, you probably are going to lose your spot. So I don't know how it's going to work, Gary. It's a great question. I don't have a real firm answer for you. But if you're coming to the Florida RV show, or really any RV show, and they allow parking overnight, I would do it one night for sure. Why? Because I think this is the next picture. This place is a crowd, and this was opening day. Did I mention they have 93,000 pre-sold tickets? The picture I took of the concession stand didn't turn out well. So the concession stands, why bring your RV to an RV show? So you can use your own restroom, no lines there. You can eat lunch in your own rig, and the prices are pretty expensive. The beers are, I don't even know, I didn't ask. But a lot of the food is $15 and up. And the lines were huge. It was at least a half-hour wait to get any type of food here. So that's why you want to spend, bring your van to the RV show, stay overnight, check what the rules are. Here, it's $8 to get in for the day parking, and then $20 for overnight, separate section. We'll see if they expand that, because they're still rolling in here tonight. I saw that. So this fairground is huge. But that's my van place for tonight. I'm kind of excited, actually. It's kind of fun. There's a Cracker Barrel that Chad Paul stayed up at that's really, really close by the Lazy Days RV Resort. And it is, he said it was like an RV park. I'm sure it is. I have a secret space I'm going to go. I had a couple of Harvest Host places already pre-booked. One of them I stayed at, well, both of them I stayed at in the Lakeland, which is a little bit of a hike from here. But yeah, places. All right, let's look at some more questions, and we'll do our Libation Live here shortly. I think that's what's up next. So let's see. So Gary, I hope I can answer your question. So you can certainly get in for the day, overnight. My guess is they will probably open that up if this RV section is closed. You buy it, the RV pass at the gate, $20. How many nights are you staying? No services, by the way. You got to be on your own. And what's nice about this is it's warm in the day. It's really cool at night. So you almost have to have your furnace on overnight, which is pretty awesome. Cheney, Washington, my brother's in the house. Wow, dude, what's up? That's my bro from Cheney, Washington. Thanks for tuning in, dude. I appreciate that. Fort Worth, yes, we love Fort Worth. So this is, I can't remember who's got kind of a point here. So last year, you had to wear masks everywhere. It was, for obvious reasons, it was pretty in the middle of COVID stuff. But here, no masks are required. Now, people, and I kind of like this rule now. If you feel the need, or what's the right word? If you want to mask yourself, then mask yourself. But there is no requirements to mask yourself here. They're kind of going on, if you feel the need, put your mask on. And I'd say it's about 5, maybe 10% of the crowd. Everybody's just enjoying the sun, the fresh air. No sanitary stuff like last year, and requirements of only one person at a time in the RVs. But yeah, just be a big boy or girl, and however you feel about it, take your own health into your own hands. And if you don't want to be around it, then don't come to the show. Just watch Scott's videos on Go Small, Live Large. Pro con Thor. Brad Camp, I'm not sure what you mean there. Unless what are the pros and cons of Thor? It's nice to have another big manufacturer in the game, I guess. I would just like to see him do some innovative stuff. They got the Sequence, and what's the counterpoint to the Tellaro? They've done some kind of innovative things there. On the Tellaro in particular, looks a little bit like the Heimer of old. But I would just like, they did actually have I think it's a Sequence 20A. You'll see that in the video. It's been my most popular van tour video ever. We're going to try and get them to really give me a walkthrough. And But I think there's just an opportunity here. There's just so, in the adventure van space in particular, there's so much Me Too. It drives me bananas. And even in everybody copying the Winnebago 59K floor plan, um, let's do a little less copying, a little more innovating. I know it's probably a rush to market. Price points are probably what is innovative. I don't know. Um, so Deborah Ann's got a good question here. And hi, Scott. Wondering, do you carry a tire inflator to fill up your tires when they are low? Um, so a tire pump? No, I don't. Maybe I should. I'm lazy. When I was at Costco in the area, I would drive my rig in as a Costco member, and they fill my tires for free. And they use nitrogen, which is pretty cool. A lot of the Costco's now, if you're a Costco member, you've probably seen this pop up, that they are using self-serve tire filler pressure machines. The same ones they use inside in the tire center, they're actually put them outside. Why? Because there's always a line to get your tires filled, and it drives them crazy. And it's not even fair to those guys, but that's how I do it. It would be another thing to carry and worry about. So, I just go to a gas station or a Costco. Great question. Where I thought you were going with that initially is the tire inflator, the glue kit, that if you have a flat tire, I do carry that for sure. A couple more questions, and then we got Libation Live coming up. So let's look at a few more questions here. Look at all these folks in here tonight. This is so great. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. I'm telling you, the energy here is palpable. The states. I'll see if I can get this on video. I ride my bike around with my gimbal. So the out of state is just incredible. I saw so many folks from overseas speaking foreign languages. Ran into a big group of I'm going to assume Japanese folks. It's just people are just swarming this thing, and the energy is so high. It's so great. I'm just so excited to be here. Let's see. Good question here, Brenda. We'll be sure and ask Chris Beanert on Friday during the interview. But hey, Scott, are the RV manufacturers indicating easing up and getting parts, both for repairs and new builds? I would say just a little bit, or they found workarounds. So I spoke with Jack Johnson. He's the one of the co-founders of Volta and the chief technology officer. And they've had some parts issues, and they found some workarounds. And in some cases, it's actually worked out better. So I think people are seeing that this is going to be not a short-term thing. It's going to last probably this year and into next. I hope the world has learned a lesson on this just-in-time stuff and where stuff is made and how it's made. I mean, really. So I think on chassis are still going to be an issue here. We'll get the straight scoop from Chris at Winnebago. And if you join us for any of our Embassy RV stuff, Terry Minnick's VP there always gives us an update on where things are. So I've had to order a couple of parts, big story we'll get into tonight, and for my RV, around air conditioning in particular, and they're kind of available. So I think it's a hit or miss, but there's tons of vans here, and driving by the two really big RV dealers, Lazy Days in general, they have tons of inventory there. So maybe they all bulked up. I don't know. What do you think? So yeah, we'd love to, come to Florida, give yourself a break. Last weekend in February, we could have about 15 vans, I think. We probably may squeeze in a couple more, but that's going to be such an awesome, I can't wait. I cannot wait. Here's my brother. Pacific Northwest Libations, cannabis infused lemon grass, or infused lemon and ginger tea. Thank you, Troy, for that. That is so great. Rich has got a good question here. Then we'll switch gears just slightly. Our price is still trending up, stabilized. I'm going to say they're trending up, but what I've heard from a few folks trying to sell used RVs is that they've kind of hit the top. Ginger Walkabout is still selling hers. She may be keeping hers, actually. I don't know. So I think in the used market, that the prices may have topped out, and these MSRPs, they really, in my mind, like the Jayco Terrain, really need to justify a $198,000 van when it's, I don't think, as good as a Revel, which is $20,000 less, and a Storyteller, I'm serious, is $40,000 less, and you get a lot more rig. So we'll see. It's a good question, Rich, and we'll see where things go. So I'm supposed to remind you, and if you've been on Instagram and are following me there, you've seen a ton of really cool and special content you haven't seen and probably will not see on YouTube in terms of a long form video. So please join me on Instagram. Just search Go Small, Live Large, and we are posting 2 or 3, 4 times a day there. We've had some really fun stuff lately. This is the video we just did, and because of your input, I'm tracking down these vans specifically. And I'm going to give you credit in the video, and I'm just so I think I have the coolest YouTube audience. I'm super biased. So this is one I think I'm going to release first. We're going to work on it tonight, tomorrow, and if you're itching to see the Wiggum, you will want to go see Hank Strangerpalooza, see his interview with that guy, and I'll do a follow up. But I'm really excited to get you the Cahaba video out because I was pretty pleased by that. So you'll see that posted here hopefully tomorrow. And then I still have my stolen bike story to share with you. And I've learned some really good lessons on this stolen thing. And it goes well beyond just bikes. I will not tip you off, but yeah. Usually we make our own problems, right? Let's see. Well, that's my tip. Hey, if you're coming to the show, stay the night. It costs you $20. That's my tip of the night. All right, I think we're at libation time. Yes, we're a little late. Let me take that off screen and tee this up. So Libation Live, where this came from is as I wandered around the country, there's so many great craft wines, craft beers, craft distilleries. Part of that's Harvest Host. You get to meet the maker, which is just awesome. So I'm like, why not share some of the tastes from the road? And so I brought this in, Libation Live, and tonight we're going to, and I post these in the show notes and on my website. Maybe a little later tonight on this one, but so you can go grab it either in advance or after the show. But tonight we're doing Woodford Reserve, and this is from their website. Innovation, hello. Twice barreled bourbon creates rich and flavorful Woodford Reserve double oaked. It really is spectacular. How I discovered this was I was literally at the distillery visitor center in Kentucky when I was going through Kentucky, and I am just this is from their website. Let me zoom in for you. And so everybody get ready to do a toast. So this is what they have to say, and I got to tell you, it's one of the best whiskey bourbons that I have had yet, and it is so delicious. So everybody get your glass up, even if it's just tea with cannabis and lemon. And I just want to say cheers to you, and thanks for being part of this audience, and thanks for driving me forward, and thanks for being out there. It's really great. Cheers. That stuff is so good. So here I need your help. If you know somebody that's in the craft spirits, brewery, or wine business, I would love to interview them and bring them on the show. Me driving around is kind of a slow way to do this. So if you know anybody in the business, again, hit me up on my website, gosmalllivelarge.com/woo, W-U-W. And let's get some stuff that nobody's heard of that needs all kinds of shout out. And what I think I have next is, yes. So speaking of shout outs, this is great because this very beverage was shared last night in the van. Let me zoom in here for you so you can count the folks in here. So we had 5 folks in the van. In the back, that's the Russos, Joe and Kate, and then Chad and Paul are sitting there. Paul's in the orange hat. Chad's there in the gray hat, and we were all sitting around last night in Lily, kind of having a libation and just talking about state of the RV business, the YouTube business, and we tried to find the Wendlands and cram them in here, but I couldn't find them. But wouldn't that be funny? So this is what this stuff is all about. It's about the fellowship, the community, sharing stories, and I'll zoom back in here for you. Look at the smiles on our faces, and that was not too far in on our libation consumption. We were pretty early in the situation. They brought, I promise, yeah, anyway, so we had so much fun. And Joe and Kate will always have a special spot in my heart because they're the ones that really got my journey going. And they're the ones I met for the first time. They're the ones that were in a van. They're the ones who were doing what I wanted to do. And Joe even gave me a kick in the butt late summer. And I was asking for some advice. And he's like, "You read my book, Take Risks, right?" Because I was asking about quitting my job, exiting corporate America, and I just follow in their footsteps. We just are standing on the shoulders of giants and they've gone before us. And Chad and Paul have such a great following with their storyteller family now. But I can't tell you what an honor it was to have those four folks in Lily having a toast last night at the Florida RV Super Show. It was so amazing. Oh my gosh, I just love this stuff. It's just so great. All right, we got our song coming up here shortly. Let's get a few more questions in. So let's see. Cannot say your name. Scuba Lady, of course. We need rigs with cassette toilets. Love the Travato. Yeah, all the adventure vans, save the Cahaba from Tiffin, all have cassette toilets. I personally don't like the cassette toilet. In fact, the Russos, speaking of, when they had their Heimer, they only did number one in their cassette toilet. Why? Because it probably wasn't very pleasant emptying that thing out. Otherwise, right? So, yeah, I just love the Travato. And my hat's off to Tiffin Cahaba for having a combined gray and black. Why don't we have that? I think the K in the floor plan does have that. I might be wrong on that. I don't want to misspeak. But yeah, I just love that idea. Why have two separate tanks? I don't get it. Make one big tank, right? So Ray has a question here that we will not be able to answer any word on whether the 2023 Travatos will adaptive cruise, lane control. It's really a chassis situation. We'll ask Chris Beanert, who's the product planner for the Winnebago Class B segment. So I don't have an answer for you. We'll bring that out in the questions. I'm going to email him some questions we want to get answered. So thank you, Rory, for that. I'm really excited Chris is joining us. It's really an honor for him to spend time with us. Russ Garfin spent time with me in my very first Winnebago RV SuperShow back in 2019. I didn't know anybody. I had like 1,500 subscribers. He had no business spending any time with me, but he did, and he was gracious to interview and to answer some kind of tough questions about warranties and some other things. Then at Grand National, Chris kind of gave us a tour of the National Park Edition. So just a great team there at Winnebago, and getting to know them more and more, and just a great team. Questions. Let's see. Yeah, Teresa's got a kind of an interesting point here. Wish the manufacturer would take some ideas from the custom DIYs, do-it-yourselfers. There's some interesting things out there. I think so. I think part of the challenge with the big guys, in particular Thor, Jayco, Winnebago, is they are pumping out vans so fast. By the time an iteration gets in, they can only make so many changes. The 59G floor plan had some pretty serious modifications for the 2022 model year. We'll see if there's any changes reverting back to or otherwise, but they can only make so many changes because they're just shooting stuff out. They got to get their dealers up to speed on the changes and wiring diagrams, and so I get it. I totally get it, but there's definitely some things from the DIY group that I think these folks can take a clue from. Looking for some questions here. Sparks Guy's got one here. Recon, seem more logical versus Revel, sleeping for two, Revel, seating for four, sleeping for two. Yeah, there's this whole thing on now. You can buy some gear and like for the Revel, put in the garage storage area. They can make into another bed. But yeah, it's just kind of a curiosity to me, even with my Travato, that could very comfortably seat for and sleep for. Now you can seat for and sleep too. I don't understand that. They have some blow-up bed thing that fits in the cab up here that could probably be great for, I don't know, an adult for about a 3-hour nap in the middle of the night, and a kid would love it. But I think there's some things coming to a point on this. What's the point of bringing a bunch of people and you all go stay in a tent? Or a motel? I don't get it either. Yeah, the pricing has kind of gotten bizarre. So any chance inventory will stop trying to rip people off with their totally ridiculous prices. MSRP for sure is goofy to me. So we'll see. There's a balance. The beautiful thing, if you follow Gary Vaynerchuk at all, he says it's all about the market. The market always dictates what in the heck is going on. So if people stop buying vans that should be priced around 140 and they're priced at 200, and they stop buying them, then the market will correct, right? And the builders will respond to that. And let's have a drink on that. So yeah, this was just crazy. Yeah, stay tuned. Um, wait till you see the Class C Tommy Bahama Airstream Atlas. It is stunning inside. It is over $300,000. Um, I had to capture that one. It's not a van, but I don't think so. Here, Sparks Guys, a Tiffin 2-inch longer than the Revel or Recon. They're on the same shorter Sprinter chassis, like Storyteller. I don't know the exact. I think it's a 144 wheelbase, and the giant one's 170 wheelbase. I may be wrong on that. I should have a cheat card on all these van chassis stuffs. I need one. Maybe somebody can make one up for me. But it's on the same Mercedes as everybody else. Okay, let's switch gears. 9 minutes left. This is just incredible. Okay, Song of the Week. If you're new to the show, thank you for tuning in tonight. Special edition here at the Florida RV SuperShow. And we're going to do Song of the Week. Let me get that off screen. And this is, we always love to do this because music is such a big part of my van experience. And this comes from Merry Go Round. And she's recommending Wild Horses by Bishop Briggs. There she is. So submitted by Merry Go Round. And I've actually seen Wild Horses when I was in New Mexico. I think it was in New Mexico or it was or Nevada. I can't remember. Maybe, oh my gosh. It all kind of blends together. But when you see wild horses with no fences around them, it just takes your breath away. I pulled over, just kind of sat there and thought through that for a minute. It's a really great song. Wild Horses. If you haven't tuned this up lately, spin this up on your favorite music app and listen to Wild Horses. It's pretty cool. Thank you, Mary, for suggesting that. If you have suggestions like that, go to my website, gosmalllivelarge.com/WUW and fill out the little form there. We just love getting these recommendations. Again, what we do here, this is not about me. This is about you, and it's a community of fellowship. We learn together, we share together. You decide what's best for you. I think that's just the best way to roll, and that's what we try and do. Let's see, one more thing. Okay, look for a few more questions in the remaining moments. Don wants to know, anything new in the Solis pocket? I peeked my head in. I didn't see anything new. What is new in Winnebago? I will ask Chris Beanert, Don, on this. We just did a recent video, but we'll see if there's any updates on these. And maybe that'll be the Winnebago video as updates on. Because they've been rolling out new stuff for a lot of last year. The Roam, I do want to get my hands on the Roam. That's their ADA, like wheelchair disabled person rig. I do want to get my hands on that. And they announced their new electric van. ERV is what they're calling it at this point. That thing's been swarmed by the media. And just type in Winnebago electric RV. You'll find all kinds of news stories. Roadtrek or Motor Trend, I just did one. The good news is I was wrong. I thought it was going to be an all-electric house and the chassis was going to be fossil-fueled. When I'm wrong, I admit it. It's all electric. It's all electric, including the engine. So the press is saying that has a range of about 153 miles. If you're leaving kind of the Tampa suburbs, that's going to get you not very far away. But there's a lot of state parks, nearby a lot of cities and towns. So maybe 153 miles one way, charge up when you get there with your plug-in situation and camp for a few days and you 153-mile range back to your house. It's certainly doable. It wouldn't be for what I do, but I just got to get my hat to Winnebago. Again, the innovation I'm seeing isn't so much in the floor plans, but it's in the electronics and the lithium, the battery systems. That's where I'm seeing the innovation. I'm really excited to talk with Jack from Volta tomorrow morning. So join us at the show, 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. And no, Donna, the Wiggum does not have a Volta system. But I've heard whispers that they're talking back and forth. So that would be really cool. I have no validation of that, no information. When that comes, it sure needs one, right? What's the point of having that cool little rig and then you got to run to shore power and run a generator, right? It's a not sure what you mean here, Sparks. Is the way I'm going to do a remake of the Golden Girls Go RVing in there? I don't know, but it's yeah. You saw the curtains and stuff too, right? I'm sure they're gonna have several different versions of that. Um, and kind of searching here for some questions. This is a good question. So Bud wants to know, can you go across to Hard Rock and find out accommodations for parking? In a car, the Hard Rock has a really awesome parking garage, multi-level, traditional parking garage. The surface lot is super tiny, and I would not feel comfortable bringing my van in there because it is so congested, so tiny of a lot. And unlike a lot of casinos, I don't think they allow RVs to park overnight for that reason. It's a super small surface lot. They want all the cars into the parking garage, but they do have an awesome hotel and a pretty cool casino that is literally just biking range. So I would not be checking that out. And man, the RV parks are so booked up. There is not an RV park space available. Um, the Lazy Days RV Resort has nearly 400 spaces. I've been digging them since November. No spaces. Zero is what I should be doing. Zero spaces. I even showed up yesterday going like, hey, any cancellations? Yeah, you're about 300th on the waiting list. So, so it's just a crazy time of year. I think it's here for good. So get into the campground business, boys and girls. Yeah, we got more van reviews coming up. Tours. I do tours. I don't do reviews. Yes, no more for tonight. That's it for tonight. So if you came in specific for that, you can call a show. It's almost over anyway. But Mason Mike wants to know, what's your travel itinerary for the next month? So talking about February. So I'm very vigorously helping Kyle get our new Airbnb stood up to do short-term rentals. So I'm here home base until mid-February. I'm going to try and do some Volta trainings up and down Florida. And then once our big channel camp out, Vanbury roundup happens on the 26th, I'm leaving to head north into Georgia. And then what's on top of Georgia? Was it West Virginia? I'm looking at my map. So I'm headed to the East Coast this time. I've never been to the East Coast in my van. I'm super, super excited. Um, yeah, that's where I'm going. The embassy continues. We'll see you on Friday and Saturday. Yeah, so Embassy RV has got a couple owners coming down. We should try and pick a site. I'll try and scope this out. The Winnie Bees, which is kind of a subset of the Winnebago WIT, I don't know what it even stands for, owners group. And they usually have a big group of Travatos. If they are there, I may need to up my membership and stay with them. But it'd be kind of cool for Embassy and me and whomever else is in the area to kind of be by those folks. So I'll see if I can do some scouting around. I've just been so busy trying to get van tours recorded before the crowds really get big on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So, thank you for noticing, Kathmandu. What's the glowing in different colors on your dash above the radio? That is my Goal Zero night light type, mood lighting type thing. And what I have on my face right now is this one, kind of pointing light at me to kill some of the shadows. I've been doing some videos on that. I love Goal Zero. I got so many videos to make. So I'm really excited to get this house done so I can get out and with a fresh perspective. I always love this show because it sets me off for the rest of the year. It's kind of my launch point. I'm a little behind because we're working on this house, but they're coming down. The 15 vans overnighting and the how many vans we can, maybe another 5 or and cars, whatever, for the roundup portion. You're going to be stunned by this house. It's really, Kyle's done a great job. Van Liberty wants to know if I've seen Lonesome Dove. I have. I've watched the first episode, I think, right? Which is kind of long. It's the first tee up, so it's kind of funny. I was somewhat expecting like Yellowstone-ish, and it's not. It's pretty rough and tough cowboy stuff, but I like it a lot. Oh, good question here. If Roadtrek has Zion Slumber at the show, can you look for it, please? Yes, Joan, we are going to be getting some tours of Roadtrek from Nick at Sunshine State RVs, so stay tuned for that. They got a really nice display when you walk out of the main building, just to your right. I think all the Roadtreks are there and very proudly displayed. So, um, Kent, I think this is for you, Mason Mike. I'm not going to Wilcox. We were there a few month and a half ago, I guess. All right, so let's do this. Let me ask. Whoops. How did I put that button there? Let me ask you this: what's your big aha from tonight? I always love that. So if you can post that in the comments below, let me know what your biggest aha is, and let's have one more sip. This stuff is so good. I can't tell you how cool it was having Joe. Joe Russo is a big bourbon whiskey guy, and he's a big coffee guy too. I'm not so big on the coffee. I don't care much on coffee, but this stuff, just so good. And I got these glasses. I don't know if you can see it. Let me get him off screen. If you can see it. So this is imprinted leather. I got this at Castle and Key, a really famous old distillery that was rebooted just recently. It's in Kentucky. So if you get the chance, just Google Castle. This might be the Libation Live next week because I have some of their rye whiskey. Wait till you see the bottle. But I got this from their visitor center, very special glass. So to sit having Woodford Reserve whiskey with Joe Russo and Kate in the crowd in the van last night was just a highlight. Sharon, I've not seen Chinook. I will look for them. They might be here. This place is so big, but great point. So yeah, if you can let me know your Yaha moment, that'd be great. And if you got anything out of this tonight, sure would appreciate a thumb up. Just lets me know you liked it. And YouTube more readily shares that out. We're growing really nice. We've passed 18,500 folks right now as subscribers. The really more important metric is how many people are viewing the videos and watching the duration and consuming the overall content. And those numbers are just really skyrocketing up. Over 2.6 million views of my content. I've had over 300. I'm almost closing in on 375 videos now, 350 I think it is. It's all because of you. You just keep driving me forward, and I just keep wanting to do things differently than everybody else. Why? Because I just like meeting you. I like doing things different, and just, again, we learn, we share, you decide, stuff like this. So give a thumb up if you got anything out of this tonight, and until we see you next Wednesday, we'll be back at home base, Lake Worth, Florida. Watch for more content on this RV show coming up, and join me on Instagram because you'll see some live postings you won't see there. So until we see you next Wednesday, What's Up Wednesday, or on the small screen on YouTube, we say thank you very much for joining, and journey on. This is going to be a great year. I just have a really great feeling about this. So thank you, everybody, and we will say bye-bye for now. See you next week. Journey on.